want to tell you something.
Closer.
Yeah, a little bit closer.
Hi.
Hi.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Don't you ever with me and alcohol. Got it?
Oh, you got a problem with that, nerd? I'll throw a fireball in your face, because I'm a wizard.
So they were able to get him to the hospital in time.
Yes, he's in the intensive care ward at Our Lady of the Worthless Nerve.
Oh, we've discussed this. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
Hey, why can't we be Universe A?
Yeah! We called it first. Besides, this place kind of feels like a bee, you know?
You have my sister. If not, would you like a margarita?
Yeah, and when I see freaks in the street, I never, ever stare at them. And yet I'm careful not to look away, see? Because I want to make the freaks feel comfortable.
There's no crying! There's no crying in baseball!
You're listening to Comic Can Coozie, your weekly podcast for all your geeky garbage, kitschy comedy, and nerdy news. I'm Cole.
And I'm Taylor.
How are you today?
Oh, man, I am a little bushed. Had a busy day.
Yeah.
Out and about, doing some shit. And then we had band practice. And then we skipped last night because Ashley and I had a little bar hop and redux.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a fucking idiot, let me tell you.
Why, because you went and hung out with Ashley?
No, man. I'm a fucking idiot because I convinced her, okay, to go to Tap-In Tavern.
Okay.
Okay. And so
Was it fucking karaoke night or some dumb shit?
Right. So we're on Main Street. So we had started at the Jousting Lemur.
All right.
We popped in there, give them a try. We had an appetizer. I don't know. I wasn't super impressed with the food, and I kind of saw what their setup was, and it looked a lot. You ever go to Starbucks and ever order a breakfast sandwich?
No.
Now, I'm not saying that this is what it's like, but all it is the husband of the owner of the place and their son that was just kind of sitting there in his, basketball shorts watching TV. It's super slow there, nothing happening. And Ashley's like, "Oh, they got this, this, and this on the menu." I'm like, no offense, I don't trust this. If you don't have a cook in the kitchen, I don't trust it. I'm sorry. So I said, let's just order an appetizer, drink some wine, and we'll get on our merry way. We'll go to some place. We'll go to Blarney Stone or some shit. So we ended up ordering an appetizer, and it was like some bread with spreadables, is how they phrased it.
Like a tapas?
Yeah. And I thought, okay. I mean, this is their bread, of a restaurant. Let's see what they've got to offer. And they had just plain, well, not plain. It was like a garlic olive oil, which was okay. It was nice and peppery, but kind of oily, as oil is. And 2 different jams. And I'm like, I am so glad we didn't order food. So glad. But I really like the wine pouring system. Have you been there yet?
It's like a beer wall, but it's wine, right?
Right. But they have...
I've seen it. I've never used it. I went there for...
Okay.
When my sister-in-law was pregnant, her best friend wanted to include the men that would be in the baby's life. So she threw an intergender baby shower.
Okay.
And
sure.
It was there.
Gotcha. So they do have some beer on tap and some beer bottles, which is kind of nice for the guys. They get drugged there. But they've had some pretty good wine. I mean, as far as how it works, I like it. I like it better than Craftcade in the fact that you can't fuck it up because it's wine.
Yeah.
Right. You can't fuck up a pour.
You can't do a bad pour.
Right. The other nice thing about it is you have 3 different options. Okay, so you click 1 ounce, 3 ounce, or wait, what was it? 1.5 ounce, 3 ounce, or 5 ounce, or 6 ounce, whatever it is. You just push the button. You put your card in, you push the button, and it's done, and it just pours it for you. It's pretty cool. So there was a couple of wines that I did quite enjoy, but there are some fruity, sweet ones that were like, eh.
like Moscatos and Rieslings and shit.
Yeah.
You could keep that stuff.
But they had some really good red wines, and the owner asked me, he said, "Hey, what did you think of this one?" And I said, "It was actually really good." I didn't plan on drinking any wine that night, or last night, and sure enough, I found one that I really liked.
Oh yeah, what kind was it?
I forget. It was a red wine. It was a crackly wine, like how you would describe a dry wine. Kinda.
Oh, where it fucks up your throat.
Yeah,
kind of
really
dry.
Yeah. So we started the night there, ended up eating at Blarney Stone for supper, and then I just wanted to fuck around on blackjack. It's been a long time since I played blackjack. You know?
Man. Do you win or lose?
Oh, I fucking won. Cleaned some house, man. So I at that point, I bought in $20. Okay, I was playing $5 a hand, won a couple, lost a couple, and then I started hitting like win. I said, "All right, Ashley, this is how it's done," and I put the 25 that I had already won. That's the max bet. Put 25 down as a hand, and I fucking won. Hit it, man. So I'm like, fuck yeah.
All right.
And the guy was happy because I tipped him $10. So, everybody won there that night. So this is where I fucked up. We ended up going to the Luft. That's not the fucked up part. Last time, Ashley left her phone at the Luft. And she said, remind me every time we stop to make sure I have my phone. I said, you got it. So we left. I said, you got your phone? She said, yeah. I said, hey, it's about a 16-minute walk to our place. Tap and Tavern from here. Let's just go. We can go do karaoke. You can sing some Chapel Roan. It'd be a good time. And she said, okay, kind of reluctantly. We walked all the way down there. I took a piss in some bushes. We walked by the ballpark. We get there. No shady people anywhere. We get there. No karaoke.
Oh, that's
it's
great.
Monday night. I said, fuck. And she tried to salvage it a little bit. I felt so bad. I'm like, I'm sorry. I made you walk all the way here. She's like, well, I'm sober now. And I'm like, do you want a Mike's Hard Lemonade? Because that's all they fucking serve at Tap In is beer. And she said, no. I'm in a shots mood. I'm like, shit, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I felt like a piece of shit, man. And then our fucking Uber driver on the way home, that was kind of fucked up. So this guy picks us up from Tappan, and he doesn't speak English very well, and he's of European descent. I'm guessing Portuguese. I'm guessing it was Portuguese that he was speaking, and he starts taking us home down front there. Okay, take a left on Washington. It's a straight shot up, right? And we pass Washington. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? We drove all the way past that strip mall there. The guy turns around and just parks in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And actually, I think was a little nervous at this point. This guy's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And we're like, okay. I guess his fucking app wasn't communicating with his device or something. And so he asked me to put in the address, and it was a whole thing. I kind of felt bad for the guy, and I felt bad for the whole situation was.
I thought for some screwed up reason, he was just taking you over to third and then bringing you all the way up third.
That's what I thought at first. I'm like, oh, maybe he knows a better way.
No, because that way is definitely worse.
Right,
because you have to circle back. The computer crashed there for a second.
All right,
and
so
we had to
this is not going to be the third time we've fucking lost an episode.
Taylor just updated our Audacity app,
and why did I update it, Cole? So it wouldn't fuck up.
So it wouldn't crash, and then it did. Yeah. Anyway, so when
we'll recover it.
You were talking about going to the Tappan Tavern, and it was just making me think about my buddy Josh.
Oh yeah.
So Josh doesn't really drink anymore. Maybe a beer or two here and there, but really he doesn't really drink anymore. And a big reason for that is he just hates going to bars. And
I do too.
Josh is a big dude. He's like a muscular dude.
I wouldn't fuck around with that guy.
And he's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I think I know where you're going with this.
He's like one rank away from black belt.
Yeah.
So he hates going to bars because every time he's at one, people try to challenge him. Like, people fuck with him and try to punk him out and make him feel like a pussy.
Dude, I would not fuck with Josh.
I wouldn't want to fuck with Josh either. I mean, and you should just look at his ears. They're fucking already going on. They're not real bad, but they are going cauliflower and shit.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't fuck. No, fuck that, dude.
So,
but yeah, I don't fuck with anybody at the bar. Like, I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with people. But
the last time we were there, it wasn't a dude challenging him on his toughness. It was a chick.
Nice.
This big chick.
Oh,
you know, and she looks at him and she's like, "You look strong." He's like, "Are you strong?" He's like, "I don't know, I guess." And she's like, "Do you think you could lift me?" And Josh is just like, "I don't want to continue this conversation." He's like, "I don't know, probably not." And she's like, "Ugh, I hate it when they look strong, but it turns out they're pussies." And he was just so fucking mad he's never gone back.
That was at Tap-In?
That was at Tap-In. He bitched about that for weeks.
Oh, my God. I'm going to tell Josh next time I see him, can you lift me? How did she say it?
I hate when they look strong, but it turns out that they're pussies.
I'm going to say that to him next time I say it. You know, Josh, I hate when they look strong. You know what I mean? And they're actually pussies. Yeah, so it was a pretty chill night there, and we got home and whatever, but I don't know. Yeah, this morning was kind of a runaround kind of a day, and not really in anything that I really had to get done and do, but so last week, my fucking bass player, okay, in my band, decided, he's like, he's a handyman, but I'm guessing kind of a shitty one. So I've got this this guitar hanger in the band room, right?
All right.
That you hang the guitar on the wall, and it's kind of janky, okay? It's really, really like loose on the wall, but solid. Nothing has ever fallen off of there. Nick has hung his 5-string bass guitar on there multiple times. Nothing has ever happened to it, okay? So Nick decides, I'm going to fix that for you, buddy. And I'm like, all right, go for it. And he screws it in, and there it is. I said, cool. I hung my guitar up on that post that he plugged it in at, right?
Uh-huh.
And so Luke came over the other day. He had to grab some equipment, and my fucking guitar is on the floor.
All right.
I'm like, oh my God, fuck! I didn't even think of Nick at that time until he reminded me tonight. So I pick up my guitar, the fucking volume knob fucking snapped off, and I'm like, oh my God, that sucks.
Well, he's a handyman. He could fix it.
All right. He might be able to. I'm like, oh my God. All right, fine. So now I got to look for another. I've got a show this weekend. Okay, at the Laughing Sun. I've got to find a fucking guitar that is salvageable to play. You know, because now this other one is my fault. I had put my guitar up on my guitar stand and fell over and busted off 2 of the tuning knobs.
You got to take better care of your shit, dude.
Okay. Well, okay. The second guitar is a backup guitar. The first guitar that got fucking dropped was due to my bass player fucking around because he thought he could do better.
That's where you got to take better care of your shit. If it was already working, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, so I was in the market for a guitar, and I had gone down to. Well, actually, before we had gone, we got to this new restaurant that's up at the what do they call that place? The Pike. No, it's up at the North Walmart where Ross Dress for Less, and I forget the name of that place, but there's a new restaurant up there called something Tropical Smoothie. And Ashley,
why would I know that?
No, the name of the place, whatever the shopping center is, I don't know. Anyway, I said, I don't really want to go to this place. It sounds kind of fucking dumb. I fucking hate smoothies. And Ashley wanted this thing called an acai bowl or something. Some shit that girls eat. Yes. So I walk in there, and I just want a fucking black coffee and maybe a donut or something for breakfast. So I walk in there, and I look at their menu, and their menu is actually pretty reasonably priced. I was surprised. They had this sausage, egg, and spinach wrap for, I think it was $4.70. I'm like, oh shit, this thing's gonna be tiny, you know. But whatever. They bring out the food. I think we spent $20 there. She got an acai bowl. I got a Diet Coke, a smoothie, and this wrap. And it was like $20. I'm like, fuck yeah. And it was actually decent portions. So I would go check it out if you're into...
No.
Not you, Cole, but a listener that would... But it's a franchise, so they're everywhere. So after that, I said, I got to go look at a new guitar. I got to find a guitar to play for the show on Saturday. And I ended up going to the Solid Rock, the local guy, you know. And he had a few guitars that I wasn't super like fond of. I'm like, yeah, these are all right. These could do the job. They're not terribly priced. And on my way out, I asked him. I said, how much is this one? And it's an Epiphone, which is like the step below a Gibson. Mm-hmm. And generally, they're more reasonably priced. You know, like in the $300 to $500 range as far as guitars go. He's like, it's $1,500. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not looking for a guitar that expensive. I'm like, I'll be back, I'm sure. Popped up to Eckroth, and I found the guitar that I've been...
I thought you were going to go to that other place now.
Which one?
The one down south by the airport.
Yeah, that's where I started with. I started there.
Oh.
And...
I got confused.
Sorry. Yeah, so I started at Solid Rock. And... but then I went up north to Eckroth, and they had the exact guitar that I've been eyeballing. I'm like, I got to pick this one up. And it's a Yamaha Revstar, and it's fucking awesome, man.
Nice.
Fucking love that thing. It rips. It's fucking a great guitar. So got a new guitar today, so it's fun.
I woke up the other day because I didn't wake up on purpose. I woke up because there was awful music coming from your room. And I'm like, God, what is this? Like fucking Christian rock? And then I was like,
was I sleeping?
And then I was like, no, they're speaking in tongues. It's fucking Christian rock and they're speaking in tongues. And then I fucking opened the door and I realized, oh, Taylor's not even here. Ashley's here playing her stupid fucking K-pop bullshit. It's not a nice way to start the day.
When was this?
I don't know, like fucking Friday, some shit. Saturday, I don't know. It was, yeah.
Was she sleeping or was she just up watching it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I went and took a piss and then I fucking went back to bed.
They were speaking in tongues. That's fucking hilarious.
I honestly thought it was Christian rock, and then that they were just like making shit up. And then I walked out there and I was like, oh no, it's
I'm a
Korean.
big fan of Christian rock.
Oh yeah, I'll bet you are. You fucking Creed fan.
Oh yeah, they are. I mean, I was so excited to sing Creed karaoke style, but they didn't have it going.
My boss of like the last 10 years has a nickname, and he's talking to some customers the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, he was so."
Wait, does he know about the nickname?
That's my boss. No, not yeah.
I just want to make sure this wasn't a nickname behind his back.
It's so annoying. He goes, our hosts don't know don't know my real name, so people will call and ask for me by my real name, and they'll tell them that no one by that name works here. Then he turns and looks at me. He goes, "Hey, you've been here forever. Do you know my real name?" And I go, "Yeah, it's Richard." He goes, "Richard?" I go, "Yeah, we all call you Dick." And like the customers start laughing, and he kind of gets red. And he's like, "Oh, you got me. That was a good one."
So is the name that I know him by his nickname?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's not his real name.
I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah. That's funny as fuck, dude. Good one. Nice and quippy, Cole. I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah. So did you? It was SummerSlam on Saturday. Did you watch it?
I wish I would have. Fuck, dude. I've been so busy with work and this house shit, and like I was just scrolling through TikTok and I saw some of the highlights, and I'm like, I can't believe this is already this fucking weekend. Holy shit!
I was at work, and I stayed. I was using my phone for regular shit, like like if I needed to make a phone call or text message, or I would listen to a podcast, but there was absolutely no internet that night at work. And I got home, and by the time I got home, it was over,
Oh, you got to start it?
And I did the playback on Peacock.
Nice.
I had to go back and rewatch the last match because I had some beers. Well, it's a 3.5 hour show.
Yeah.
And by the end of it,
That's awesome.
I couldn't really remember the last match, and I was like, "What happened?" And yeah, I rewatched it.
Yeah, you could spoil away, man, because I was so fucking pissed that I had totally spaced out that this was happening. I mean, I think, like I said,
I'll just do a quick recap.
Yeah.
First of all, there's this new thing that they introduced, and it was really dumb. It's something called the referee cam. The referees have a camera on their ear.
Okay.
And so
Is
it's
it
on
dumb
it's on the side of your head. Basically, it's like a police body cam, but it's on the side of the referee's head
POV,
by their
man.
ear.
POV.
It looks bad. It's shaky. So it's kind of like watching Taken. Like, there's action going on in front of you, but it's like kind of too shaky to fucking see what's actually really happening.
Yeah, that does suck.
I wrote when I started it and they were introducing this stuff, I wrote down, "We'll see if it's stupid or not." And I never wrote an answer, but yes, it's stupid. I don't like it.
Interesting. I might want to look at a clip of it just after we're done here.
There was the first match was Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, and that was super awesome.
So I had seen something about that, and I don't know if it was a work and if Rhea Ripley's able to dislocate her own shoulder.
I think she's able to dislocate her own shoulder at will.
Because holy fuck, that looks
really bad,
so
but
fucked up.
Yeah, and then like apparently her shoulder was dislocated, and the back of it looked all bad, and then she popped it back into place, and it looked fine, and then later on dislocated it out again.
That's
and she popped.
awesome.
I think it's a trick, like how Alexa Bliss can like dislocate her own elbow.
Yeah. It looked so fucked up. And when I saw the clip of it, I was thinking to myself, holy shit. Like they're gonna throw up the X. Like she got fucking legitimately hurt.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. And then they didn't, and they continued, and I'm like, oh, she must be able to do this. Fucking crazy.
I almost immediately knew that they weren't gonna throw out the X because like just Dominic's reaction wasn't like enough. Like if it were real, I think he would have been losing his mind because he was right up next to her and stuff, and so he of course knows this story. It was a good storytelling. It was probably one of the better matches of the night.
Nice.
It's almost a shame that they started with that.
I hate when they fucking do that shit.
There was Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I just wrote pretty good. Logan Paul versus LA Knight. I wrote down. I think Knight accidentally gave Logan a real shot. Like, I think he was a little stiff and he gave Logan an actual black eye.
It could be. Wait. The match before that.
Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
Sorry, I've been out of the loop for a while. Is Sami Zayn still the IC?
He was until this match.
Okay.
Braun Breaker, the Steiner brothers'
son?
Rick Steiner's son, Scott Steiner's nephew.
Oh, I thought they fucked and had a kid.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
That was just pretty good. Braun Breaker won. Logan Paul versus LA Knight. I don't know if it was like the greatest match ever, but
this happened in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both such good showmen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was nice to see LA Knight win because that's his first championship.
Nice.
And
that's fucking awesome. I watched a video where Logan was training. It was really fucking awesome. So Logan was training in an empty ring, and then he did that spot where he jumped off. It was almost like a buckshot lariat where he jumped off of the rope out to the announce table. And it was like a juxtaposition where as he jumped and it was flying through the air, it switched to him actually doing it. It was really fucking cool. Logan Paul, man, as much as that guy sucks, he's a fucking awesome wrestler.
He's a really good wrestler.
I don't give a fuck what people say. I mean, that guy's fucking incredible.
There was a weird match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk where Seth Rollins was the ref. And Rollins basically was making up the rules along the way.
Okay.
Like, he said if he feels like there should be a count out, he'll do one, and if he doesn't, he could count up to 1,000. You know, like.
So is anybody a champion in this?
No.
Okay, so I'm wondering if there's going to be a triple threat type of match for.
There already has been. Or no. At the end of the last pay-per-view, it was Rollins was the champion. Something, or was fighting for the championship. Drew McIntyre cashed in his Money in the Bank.
Oh.
CM Punk interfered, and then
Sure.
the other guy.
So I'm just
then the third guy came in.
They're just building up a story between these three,
Yeah.
which could be interesting, like a number one contender spot or something, which would be kind of cool.
There was like months of storytelling going into this.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre had stolen this bracelet that CM Punk had that was like it had his wife's name and his dog's name on there, and they were fighting for the bracelet, not for a title, and all this stuff.
Really?
Yeah. CM Punk somehow got distracted by Seth Rollins. I was a little drunk at this point. I can't really remember how.
Oh, that's what they were wrestling for last night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or, no, on during SummerSlam.
Got you. Sorry.
And McIntyre won, and the whole thing was really entertaining and super ridiculously gay. Like, and I mean that in a literal way. Like, it's
like
just
there's some bromance happening.
yeah.
Here.
Like,
hopefully,
like I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. It was just
like they're gonna fuck at the end of this whole thing.
It really feels like it.
The first fuck match, yeah, that's funny.
And then the last match was the champion Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, the new.
Wait, no, Damian Priest had a match, didn't he?
Yeah, probably. I don't.
You fucker! There was a big betrayal. They all turned their back on him.
Oh yeah. I fast forwarded through. It was late, and I had shit to do. I was fast forwarding through stuff.
You fast forwarded through the world title match. Okay.
Well, I did it by accident.
Oh, that's funny. We should probably watch that one.
Yeah. So it was Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, who took over for Roman Reigns as the new tribal chief.
But he's not really the tribal chief.
I don't know. There's this whole storyline going on, and people hate Solo Sikoa, and they want Roman Reigns to come back and all this. And
he did.
And it was Bloodlines rules, which means basically there's no rules and anyone can come in. They should have just said a no disqualification match, because that's what it is. And at the end, Roman Reigns came back and helped Cody win, betraying his cousin. Drama everywhere. And it was cool. It was fun.
Ain't that the way it is, man?
I probably went on about wrestling too long. It probably lost some listeners.
That's all right. Fuck them. Because I love wrestling, and I told you, you've heard about this. You've heard of this guy named Joe Hendry.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I don't really know who he is.
So there's this autistic guy at work. Maybe I've told you about this.
Joe Hendry is a wrestler.
Yeah, he's a wrestler, and he's got this like super dumb, kind of catchy theme song. And there's this kind of autistic guy at work that I kind of fuck with.
Why? Because you're a bully?
No, because he's a big wrestling fan. I like to talk to the guy.
Oh, okay.
So one day I looked at him. I'm like, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. That's this guy's theme song, right?
Uh-huh.
And this guy's like, God damn you! God damn you! Like he didn't freak out.
Why, is Joe Hendry a bad guy or something?
No, he just freaked out because he's like, I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head the rest of the night. And he's so pissed off about it. And then a couple of days later, I'm like, I believe it's Joe Hendry. He gets so fucking mad at me. But he always comes up and does these sort of like semi-aggressive like wrestling moves like towards me. Like he'll come up to me and like put up his elbow and be like shit like that. I'm like, okay. So if he's gonna do that to me, Cole, I'm gonna sing I Believe in Joe Hendry.
Have you ever told a story in front of a group of people and then like one person says something that kind of makes you wish you had just kind of kept your mouth shut?
Ooh. Yeah.
Like everyone was kind of on board with the story, and then one person says something and you're like, oh
boy.
Now I feel like an asshole.
Oh boy, I want to hear it now.
I want to hear you. Do you have one?
I want to hear your example of
Okay.
it. I know I've got an example.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I came back from the Tool concert in St. Paul.
I remember hearing about you having a migraine, but I don't know if I heard anything after.
At the actual concert, I had a horrible migraine, and I wasn't really able to enjoy it. But this is about coming back from the Tool concert. So it's coming back from St. Paul with who was it? I think it was
Elijah?
No. He was definitely not there. Amy, a friend of ours named Lisa.
Yeah.
And at the time, Lisa's boyfriend, Brandon, and I think there was a third guy there, but I'm not sure. So on the way back, we stopped in Fargo to drop Brandon off because he was going to school there. And I think Lisa was also in Fargo, but she was coming home for the weekend. And we left my car on Amy's farm. The Vex, the bass player you replaced,
Jeff, her brother
was there, and he had taken my car and hidden it somewhere on the farm.
For fun, or just like to fuck around?
It's Jeff. He's a fucking idiot. We both have met him. We both know.
Oh, sure.
He just decided he was going to take my car.
But he's doing it to be a jokester, to be funny. Okay.
So
he's not doing it maliciously.
I guess not. So Amy and Lisa threatened him, so he just walked off. I guess it was about a mile away.
Threatened him.
And brought it back.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And by this time, by the time I got my car back, it was like 11. We took a very long roundabout way of getting back to this farm. And this farm is out past Minook, and it was pretty far out there.
Okay.
So I'm driving back into Bismarck. By the time I get back into Bismarck, it's like 11:30. It's closer to 12, closer to midnight, you know. And I am super tired. I am on 5th Street, driving up 5th Street towards my parents' house.
Okay.
I passed the school. I can see my parents' house. And I'm tired. I'm sure I was moving toward the middle of the lane or whatever. And a cop pulls me over.
Oh, my God.
And he pulls me over. And I'm like, God damn it. My house is right fucking there. Like, I just got to finish this block, hang a right, and drive half a block, you know? Anyway, so the cop, he pulls up, he walks up, knocks on the window. He goes, you know, I pulled you over? I was like, I have no idea. He goes, well, you're driving a little erratically. He goes,
of course.
You're only going 19 and a 25, and you're kind of
swerving.
You're kind of moving towards the middle of the road. And I go, look, man, I'm sorry. I was like, I've been coming back from St. Paul all day. It's been a super long day. I am just very tired. He goes, oh, okay, all right. So what were you doing in St. Paul?
Oh, my God.
I go, I went out there for the Tool concert. He goes, are you kidding me? I wanted to go to that so badly. How was it? I was like, it was awesome, man. And I didn't tell him about the migraine. I just want to get this fucking. He was super excited. I just wanted to tell him that it was a great time. I go, man, it's too bad. It's too bad you couldn't go and all this. He goes, well, I don't smell any alcohol on you. He's like, you said you're really tired. Where are you going? I was like, I'm going home. I'm just going home. He goes, well, is it far away? And I did what you just did. I pointed and I said, it's right there.
Uh-huh.
He goes, well, let me follow you to make sure you get home. I go, okay. It's like just that far, right? So I told this story to a bunch of guys at work, right?
Uh-huh.
And almost all of them thought that it was a pretty funny story, right?
Yeah.
Except for the one black dude. And he goes, man, it sounds like some white people bullshit. And I was like, God damn it, he's absolutely correct.
Oh, my God.
He's absolutely correct. That does sound like some white people bullshit.
It reminds me of this video I watched. It was so funny. So it was this panel of 3 black guys, right? And they were kind of doing like the dating game kind of thing.
Sure.
But they were trying to pick out the white girl.
All right.
And the 3 black guys asked the first lady, they're like, hey, what do you like about being a white girl? And this lady's like, I like my white privilege. And all of the black guys are just laughing. They're like, that's exactly what a black person would say if they had turned white. Like, that's a black girl. And I'm like, God damn. Yeah. Dude, seriously. Like, I don't think a lot of people fucking realize, like, that privilege card. You know what I mean? Like, I've been pulled over too. A similar circumstance where I got pulled over and I definitely got unlawfully searched, but they let me go on my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this guy pulls me over. He said, hey, you know why I pulled you over? I said, nope. He said, you're doing this speed in this zone. I said, okay. He's like, do you got any weapons in the car? I saw you stuffing something into your seat is what he said. All this fucking guy did was check my ID. He didn't check my registration. He didn't check my insurance. He did nothing. He just had me sit on the curb while he rummaged through my car. He found a pocket knife. He's like, what's this? I said, I don't know. He's like, okay. And then he let me go on my way. I didn't have my address updated on my fucking license, dude. I mean, if that was a person of color, there's no doubt about it that they would have got fucked with, dude. I don't know. That's fucking awesome, Cole. Let me follow you home and make sure you get there, buddy.
Yeah. I thought about that, and I was just like, I got.
Shit.
Yeah, it's like one of those stories where it's not like,
man,
I just kind of wish I hadn't told that story.
Yeah.
Now here I am telling it on a podcast.
You're
because I got to laugh at myself.
Yeah, for sure. You got to recognize it. That's all people got to recognize, man, is that they've got privilege. You know, there is such a thing as what they call, as the woke folks call, white privilege. There certainly fucking is. I have experienced it, and it's a real thing. But sorry for that. Sorry for your coworker. That. How did he phrase it to you?
Man, that sounds like some white people bullshit. The best part about it too is,
Jesus Christ,
you know what his voice actually sounds like?
What's that?
Have you ever watched Sling Blade?
Yeah.
He sounds like
yeah. That's white people bullshit.
Like the first time I met him, I was like, "Hey, can you say I reckon you can fix me up some French fried potatoes?" And he's like, "Why?"
I reckon you got a super low voice too.
He's got a super low voice. He doesn't mutter and stuff like when he's talking. Like, speaks perfectly clearly. It's just he's got a deep gravelly voice. You know.
Where's he from?
He's from Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
Okay, nice. Fucking wild, man. No, I don't know if I've ever told a story. I've ever done a story quite like that. I've said a lot of shit that, insert foot into mouth, but I don't know if it's quite that. That is some white people bullshit, Cole. That's awesome.
So I like that TV show Psych.
Yeah,
because I'm 12.
Sure, it's a fun show.
So I watched the entire over the last, I don't know, 4 months or so. I've watched
rewatched it, right?
Yeah, rewatched the series and all 3 of the movies that were made afterward.
Oh shit! I didn't know they had 3 movies.
Yeah, I think it's the first movie. There is a scene that takes place on Alcatraz Island.
Oh, we were there.
I, honest to goodness, thought, man, this could have actually been filmed in Alcatraz. And I had to look it up, and it wasn't. It was done in some hospital in Vancouver.
Okay.
But they made it look so close to the cell blocks in Alcatraz. Really? I was like, I'm not completely sure that this isn't Alcatraz.
So the setting of the show was Alcatraz.
No, just like the final dramatic scene
was Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, they're on in the story.
But it wasn't filmed there.
No, it wasn't.
Wow.
But it looked so incredibly close that I was actually fooled. Like when I watched.
You were psyched.
I was psyched. When I watch like a movie like The Rock, I don't feel like, oh, this probably took place in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
you know what's funny about that?
What's that?
Is every time somebody says the movie The Rock, all I can think of is Dwayne. If he's not in it, I don't even want to watch it.
And if he is in it, I sometimes don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
I've seen Black Adam.
Oh yeah, I've seen Rampage.
Yeah, I've seen Rampage. Fuck that shit.
The movie's actually fun. I watched it. It was one of my. It's one of those. I still go back to my. God, Cole. Remember, I'm gonna reminisce just a little bit here, but my movie past days when I was going to fucking 3 movies a week, and I was just going after work. It's like I work 7 to 4 this day. I'm gonna go fucking watch a movie, right? And that was before COVID too, where they actually don't even get me started. Where you can actually go to a theater and watch a fucking movie. I mean, nowadays. So the other night, what's the one that just came out?
Deadpool.
Deadpool. I want to see it. If you want to go, we should.
Elijah wants to see it a second time, so
nice. We should definitely make a plan to do that. But the other night, I said, "Oh shit." I kind of felt like I felt like a piece of shit that day. It's like I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do much this day. I think I had a few beers the night before, and I finally got a hair up my ass. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the late show. They don't do fucking late shows anymore. Like a 9:40 show. So the last show that they do is at 8 p.m.
Well, they probably can't get any help.
I mean, god damn.
I think everywhere's having a place getting help.
Well,
or
yeah.
everywhere's having a problem getting help.
Yes.
Did I say everywhere's having a place getting help?
I don't want to speak to your mental disability, Cole, but here we are. But no, seriously, it's a problem in North Dakota, and I think what it honestly is just it's a payment problem. You know, people don't want to pay because we got a 1.5% unemployment rate in North Dakota. Like we're fucking fine as far as unemployment goes. You just got to pay people the amount of money that they're worth. You know, and a lot of people aren't worth a lot of money, but you know, if you want them to be here, you want good people, you got to pay them.
Well, you still got a job. You're not worth a lot of money.
That's true. Very, very true. God damn. I got to work tomorrow. Not looking forward to it, but at least I had a few beers tonight to make it that much better.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. You got anything else, Cole? Want to watch some cartoons?
Yeah, let's watch cartoons.
Yeah, we got. I want to get caught up on
Young Justice.
Young Justice. No.
Kite Man?
No, Kite Man. There we go.
Okay.
You know what's interesting? I've been watching a really funny show, and I don't know if you've watched it. And I listened to this podcast that kind of, I maybe I've talked about this podcast on our podcast, and it's called Knowledge Fight.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it.
No, and I understand. It's not for everybody, but they made this comparison to Alex Jones and his new guy that he's like kind of put under his wing to Brandon and the guy from Brandon from Home Movies. Have you ever watched Home Movies?
Yes.
That show is so fucking hilarious.
Brandon and the coach, right?
Yeah.
They've
drawn this.
Do you know why you
comparison.
Do you know why you like that show so much?
Because Brandon Smalls is
the guy who did Metalocalypse.
Yeah. It is fucking hilarious, man. It's just so funny. Some of the shit that the interaction between those two guys. It's great. It's a really good show, and I'm glad that I've stumbled across it. I get 4 seasons with it, so I don't know. Pretty excited to finish that one up. So anyway, moving on. Let's watch some cartoons tonight, Cole. And for this week's edition of Comic Can Coozie, I'm Tayler.
And I'm Cole.